He sold ice cream as a kid. Years later, the world called him a cheat. This is the story of Canelo Álvarez between glory, poverty, and scandal. Canelo Álvarez was not born a legend. He was born into struggle, into doubt, into blows that came long before boxing. Before the belts, before the cameras, before millions shouted his name, Saúl Álvarez was just a red-haired boy in Mexico, a boy who looked different, and in many places, being different comes with a price. People mocked him, stared at him, made him feel like he did not belong, but no one realized that one day that quiet boy would turn every insult into fuel. Saúl Canelo Álvarez was born on July 18, 1920 in Guadalajara, Jalisco, and grew up in Juanacatlan in a large working-class family. There was no luxury, no privilege, just work, need, and a hunger to escape. His childhood was not a clean, inspirational movie. It was hard, messy, real. He sold ice pops to help his family. While other kids played, he learned early that life gives nothing for free. Then, boxing entered his life, not as a hobby, not as a game, as a way out. He was only 13 when he began training seriously, and from the beginning, one thing stood out. He did not fight like a child. He fought like someone who already understood pressure. Every punch carried anger, every movement showed discipline, and behind his eyes there was a silent promise: get out of poverty no matter what the cost. His rise was fast. He won medals as an amateur. People noticed quickly. But instead of waiting, he took the dangerous path, turning pro as a teenager. He was just 15, an age for school, an age for finding yourself. But Canelo was already entering a world where one mistake can change your face or your future. He stepped into professional boxing too young for some, but for him, waiting was a luxury he did not have. His family needed money. He needed a shot. Boxing became both. Fight after fight, his name grew. He was not just the red-haired kid anymore. He was a hungry fighter with technique, patience, and a cold edge that made people pay attention. And with attention came doubt. Was he really that good? Was he protected? Was he built by promotion and careful matchmaking? The questions grew as fast as his fame. But Canelo kept winning. And in boxing, winning is never enough. You have to prove it again and again and again. Money came, fame came, spotlight came, and so did the critics. Many said he was protected, that he picked the right opponents at the right time, that the industry was building him into a star. By then, his career was no longer just about punches, it was about surviving public judgment. Then came one of the biggest moments of his life, Floyd Mayweather. In 2013, Canelo faced the man many saw as untouchable. He was young, strong, a champion, but that night, none of it was enough. Mayweather broke his rhythm, controlled him, exposed him, and for the first time on the biggest stage, Canelo did not look invincible. For some, it was humiliation. For others, it was the lesson he needed. For Canelo, it became something even more important, a turning point. Defeat destroys some fighters, others use it to evolve. After Mayweather, Canelo changed. He became calmer, smarter, sharper. He was no longer just a power. Now he had timing, control, and patience. That version of Canelo was even more dangerous. He started collecting titles, moving through divisions, defeating major names: Miguel Cotto, Gennady Golovkin, Daniel Jacobs, Sergey Kovalev, Caleb Plant, Billy Joe Saunders. His legacy was growing, but so was the controversy. Because superstardom always attracts suspicion. And then the scandal exploded. In 2018, while preparing for one of the most anticipated fights in boxing, Canelo tested positive for clenbuterol. The news hit like a bomb. The same man millions admired was now at the center of a global storm. The words came instantly: cheater, fraud, fake champion. Social media went wild. News outlets tore into him. Critics who had waited for him to fall finally had a reason to attack. Canelo and his team strongly denied intentional wrongdoing. Their explanation was simple: contaminated meat in Mexico.
It was a defense heard before from other Mexican athletes, but for many people, it sounded like an excuse. He was suspended for 6 months, and even though the punishment had an end date, the damage to his image felt much longer. This is where the story gets darker, because he was not only fighting opponents anymore, he was fighting doubt itself. Was he the victim of a flawed system, or had the sport finally caught up with him? That question split boxing fans around the world. His supporters defended him, his critics condemned him, and in the middle of it all, Canelo faced something athletes rarely show openly: vulnerability. Because losing a fight is one thing, losing public trust is something else. The comeback would not be easy. It wasn't enough to return, he had to reclaim respect, and that's exactly what he tried to do. He came back, he fought, he won, but more than that, he rebuilt his image one performance at a time. His rivalry with Golovkin kept the controversy alive. Every close decision reopened the debate. Every win brought praise and suspicion. Still, Canelo kept moving forward. While others get trapped by scandal, he turned pressure into another phase of dominance. He moved up in weight, he took risks, he chased titles across divisions, and in a sport where many protect their records, he kept chasing legacy. Then came one of the defining achievements of his career, becoming the undisputed super middleweight champion. He wasn't just winning, he was controlling an era. His style evolved again, his defense improved, his counterpunching became deadly, and his presence was no longer just that of a Mexican star. He was now a global icon. Even then, the criticism never fully disappeared, because with Canelo, there seems to be a second fight happening at the same time. What he proves in the ring against what some people refuse to believe outside it. To some, he's the face of modern boxing. To others, he's the superstar surrounded by favorable decisions and uncomfortable questions. And maybe that's exactly what makes his story so compelling. Today, Saúl Canelo Álvarez is a multi-division world champion, one of the biggest names in combat sports, and one of the most debated athletes of his era. He went from selling ice cream on the streets to headlining massive pay-per-view events, from being mocked as a child to becoming the man who fills arenas, from doubted prospect to disputed legend. And maybe that's the key. Canelo isn't a perfect story, he's a powerful one. Because perfect stories don't create obsession, broken ones do. Poverty hardened him, defeat reshaped him, scandal followed him, and fame turned him into a symbol that divides opinion across the world. But after all the titles, the money, the accusations, the victories, and the noise, one question remains. Is Canelo Álvarez truly one of the greatest boxers of this era, or the most controversial superstar of his generation?